right, guys, we're going to get right into this today. In order to make money, I got up at 2 a.m., got a full day of work in right before the market opened. I did a little bit in pre-market. I didn't do so good. I had to trade a lot of stocks. Those damn market makers were greedy today. Damn, the spreads were high everywhere. There was one where I got out, I think it was AMD. Had some news this morning. I actually made a little money on it, got in and out. The damn spread, right when I hit sell, went to $2. It was like $1.98. So I've marked up the charts with some notes of things to watch out for. And then if you guys missed it this weekend, I know I've been getting so many emails asking me to go deeper dive into marking levels. And every new trader needs it. It's so hard to figure out, even though it's so easy. We all make it too difficult. So I'm going to link that at the end of this video. So if you did miss it, it'll be linked at the end of the video. And then actually one of them I marked up yesterday, I traded in pre-market, SDOT. So I'll show you that and we'll check in. I can't remember now if the levels held. I just took a quick scalp. A lot of this was quick scalping. I lost money on Meta, BIYA, and then ACHR. So I lost on 3. I believe they're all pre-market. I don't do well in pre-market. Okay, guys, let's go see what happened. All right, you guys, you know how I like to rip that Band-Aid right off and start with my losers. I got 3 losers to show you. All right, this one, BIYA. This was a runner this morning. I do like this price point. I don't like the 50 cent, the penny stocks. I don't like the dollar even. But when it starts to get over $5, I'd rather do that. So I decided to practice on this. I made a couple levels here, and I only took small share size. You know, on a $7 stock, 100 shares isn't much. You're not going to lose much. So I did end up losing right here. On this one, I got in at $7.41 and I got out at $7.03. You guys, the one thing about doing really low share size, the bad part of that is I do hold longer and I go into deeper drawdowns, which sometimes that saves me. But then again, I can also be taking more losses that I wouldn't normally take. So I haven't quite figured out if that's good for me or bad for me. So, I mean, because I don't need this money. This is play money right now. It's a day trading account. I don't take chances like this in my long-term holdings. So I don't know. I got to figure that out. Anyways, we're just bouncing around right here. You can see where we could not get past this level. So I knew I was taking a chance here. I just wanted to try for that push. So we ended up trading below volume, below average volume right here. We get right here. And I had been watching these volume bars and you could see right where we got that push of buyers shooting up. That's always what I wait for. And I was noticing a little battle in these candles right here. So I was waiting for that. Now I got in right here at 727 and got out at 741. I actually sold right at the tippy top of this because we had just finally pushed past this. And even that tiny little wick that you see scared me. There was just a small amount of sellers in there, and I was worried that it was going to reject, just like it kept doing over here. You got to be careful. So out of caution, I just got out. And then right when the sellers were actually at the top, they were actually at the top of the volume bar when I got out, it flipped instantly right when I got out, and the buyers pushed, and they pushed hard. So damn it, I was too cautious, but I'd still sometimes rather be cautious than not. And then this level held really well right here. We came up, we acted as a little support, but we got hung up in all these EMAs and right at this level and then just failed. And I was trying to push it up. I was hoping for a push up and we just didn't get it. So I lost $29.10. All right, let's go to ACHR. ACHR is actually on my, ACHR and Joby are on my swing list. I kind of want to buy these and I keep forgetting to get in at a good price. This was probably a pretty good price to get in. I got to go back to watching those. All right. So there was news. It was very early. I heard the news that they had teamed up with Anduril. Now that is amazing news to team up with Anduril. And nothing happened. It had the one big push. I waited for this pullback and got in. And then I ended up, it failed. And I just never made money on it. It was a negative $6.35. No big deal, but I tried. I took very low share size because I have not day traded this much, so I just didn't know. And the bell is going to ring because we're getting ready to close. So when you hear that. All right, Meta. Normally Meta kind of kicks my ass. It's very low volume normally, but it had news. And I'm going to show you some things that I saw here. I actually marked up the chart. So this was later in the afternoon. I was sitting down for after lunch. And I can't remember now with they get financing for a new data center, something like that. Okay, whatever. very low volume. The volume was horrible. Just the average is 8,000. There were times in here when it was 3,000 shares. You guys, this was so horrible. I really thought just having news would get people excited and just get them onto something, those that trade large caps, because there just wasn't much out there. So I got in long here. I was trying to get the break of this. I knew I was taking a chance. I just knew it, but I decided to do it anyways. I took a big loss here. I lost 30 cents, but that's like 30 some dollars. Yeah, 30 some dollars I lost right here. And I got out immediately. You guys, I don't mess around. When this is trying to push up, if you've watched my videos long enough, you know I don't mess around. If we start to dump, I'm out. I can always get back in. So I did get out right when we hit this red. All right, then we come over here. I want to show you, I marked some bubbles here. All right, I took a short right here, and then I got out right here. We had a 20-cent gap down, and then over here, we gapped right here, we gapped up, and it was only on 10,000 share volume. I can't trade that. I can't trade a 21-cent gap up with 10,000 shares. All that was the spread. Is people were buying, and there was probably no buying, and then the next person that bought, it shot up the 21 cents. And then we had a 20-cent gap down here, and almost the whole time it was a 20 to 24-cent spread. So I just decided right after this, I lost $10.39 total. I had made some of it back here, I believe, because I was down, I think, 30 bucks. And so that was it. I just said, screw it. Oh, actually, I was down $56, and then I got down $10 on this one, and that was it. Now, I could have kept trading, but I ended up actually working a little more after this to tidy up some work, and so I was done. All right, let's go to SDOT. SDOT was the one I marked in the video this weekend, you guys, that I did. So I decided to see if levels held, and I made $12.80. I mean, it's a $33 stock, $32 stock, and I only took 100 shares. So I got in at 31.61 and got out for 10 cents or about 15 cents. So I didn't want to chase this. It had a really high spread of 50 cents. That I just don't like. On a $30 stock, I don't want a 50-cent spread. I did gap up with volume right here, you'll see, and that's why I got in. Not only did we gap up with volume, it was a small pullback to the 9 and then shot up. And right here, you'll notice we had consolidation right here, this consolidating volume. And then, so we went from a high, buyers in control. We went into kind of more consolidation, and then we shot up, and I was watching all of this and got in perfectly and got out. So only $12.80, not bad. All right, we got rid of the losers and we're on to the winners. That was good. We started off with a little winner. All right, AMD. Oh my gosh, this was crazy. All right, it had news, and I did have to be careful. Look at this wick right here. We went from $514 to $533 in one candle. So I did not get in on this. It pulled back. So of course I waited for the pullback. The spread was $1.90 right when I hit sell, those damn crooks. And I hit sell right at the top. And then the spread obviously took a lot of that. I had 50 shares. So whatever. I got 67, 68 out of it. And I just said, forget it. I'm done. The volume was so low. And then look over here, you guys. These candles are just moving a few pennies. You just can't trade that. All right, let's go on to Google. I want to make this quick. Oh, come on. Oh, my whole screen is frozen. All right. Let's see here. I did mark this up because I did want to talk about this. All right, this was some very good price action. I actually did more than 110. I gave some back on my last trade, and I said, forget it, I'm done. You guys, once I start giving money back, I'm usually done. You'll notice I just move on to other tickers. If I'm happy with what I made, move on. Because if I start getting red and giving it back, I get pissed off, and that's when I get in that spiral, that downward spiral. So right now it was running and it was not pulling back. We did a slight pullback here, but I just couldn't get it to actually pull back towards the 9. It would just go across. So I knew I was going to have to chase it. So right here, I got in on this candle and I got out right when I got this wick. I felt too high for me. Like the whole market was running and I knew eventually it's going to drop down. I mean, the news isn't that good. We're at war. I mean, we started bombing. So I felt it was too high. I would rather wait for a pullback. So I got out right here and I wanted to wait for a pullback that got closer to the 9, like something up here. It just never did. Anyways, I got out and then it just kept running. And you guys, I don't want to chase when the whole market is running. I want to chase on news. I don't mind chasing on news. If there is really good news, I will chase that stock, but I will not chase just random market movement. because I just feel like that's people getting out of control and it's going to dump. And I don't want to be in that dumping candle. So, anyways, that's my risk management. It probably isn't yours. I left money on the table, but I don't care because I do have to watch out for risk management. Because this is money that I don't need. And I am worried sometimes that I'll just go for it and get FOMO. All right. So all I did, it was just scalping, and it was scalping off the 9. It would pull down, I'd get in. I did short right here. And then over here, I lost a little. So this says I caught $4 trying to, whoopsies, I need to move this. All right. Right in here, I got in. I caught $4 trying to break this area right here. It was having a hard time getting past here. So I caught just a small, quick scalp of $4, but buyers failed right here. And I got back in thinking they wouldn't fail, and they did. And then I lost $18. And that's when I said, I'm done. Good enough. 110. All right, Tesla. Tesla usually beats me up. I only did $15. Very pathetic. But I mean, just making money on Tesla for me in summer trading, I'll take it. All right. And this was just some quick scalping off the 9. I shouldn't have been in this right here, you guys. This just started consolidating and very low volume. Look, under average volume. I just had no other option. I did catch this short, and it was on an increasing volume with the sellers. So that was a nice trade there. But this was stupid. It was stupidity. Now notice I did only trade 25 shares. There was just no volume. You guys look at some of these volume bars, 18,000 shares on Tesla in the middle of the day. It's just stupid. All right, let's move on to MU. And then I did catch that AMC in the morning on, I think it was earnings, which was a surprise. All right. I made $24.20 on MU. Oh my God, I'm so happy just to make that. All right, I only did 25 shares. I should have only done 10. But anyways, right here, I'm looking at the scalping indicator. That's all I ever do. We had increasing volume. We were going above the average. Perfect. I love that. And we're sitting on this support area that I had marked on the chart, on my daily chart. And we pushed past it, and I get in. And then I get out right here as it starts to fail. I even held in this, which was amazing because MU scares me. All right, so I got out here. I got back in here for a long, but it was failing, so I got out, and then I started shorting. And I just made $24.20. This was quick in and out scalps. I started noticing that we were losing volume here, and we were going below average volume, and this is not the time to be doing 50-cent spreads on no volume. So I was just done, 24.20. You guys, I was scraping the bottom of the barrel today. I mean, I was out, it was like grocery shopping and not being able to find what you want. I just was taking whatever I could. I was taking the brand names that I didn't even want to take just because they were on sale or whatever. Okay, right here, AMC, we had news pre-market, right when the market opened, actually. Oh no, it was pre-market. It was earnings, I believe. And they beat earnings. I wasn't even expecting it. I didn't have it on my radar. So I caught this candle right here. I don't know how I did that so fast, but I took 200 shares. Well, it's a freaking dollar stock. I better have taken 200 shares. All right, got in, got out, and just scalped right here. But I was done. I don't normally trade AMC, and I didn't want to. And 29.58 was enough. All right, you guys, that was it. Only $215 or so, $214.77. Not the greatest, but I'll take it any day in the summer. Please let me know how you did. You know how I love that.